Hello everyone, it is I, Ryan, also known as the LoveBat, and I am here to continue on in my endeavors as the coach of my team in Blood Bowl 2 here, that is known as the Sea of Red, a Lizardman team. A very bash-heavy team that, well, we did pretty well in our first match in the previous episode, where we, along with going through the introductions of the game, the background of the game, and my joyous love of American football, we were able to go ahead and go over some of the different teams in the game for those that aren't familiar, and I chose the Lizardmen team, a very versatile but also bash-heavy team. And so I thought they would be a good pick here because they have players that are rounded out more by skills that you take as you level up, and they also have lots of very strong players that are also very mobile. So I feel like as time goes along, we can make them as versatile as we want to make them, and we can round them out with skills to kind of give us a bit more of an identity with our players. Aside from the fact that we have the big guys that are very good at bashing, which they did a lot of last time, with like 19 armor breaks or something like that, we were really bashing in our Norse opponents. However, we made a few bungles that cost us getting one extra touchdown, potentially, and we allowed the other team to score as a result of one of our mistakes. And as a result, we ended up with a disappointing draw. But I think that now we are going to learn from those mistakes. We are going to try and take our turns a little bit faster than I did last time. And we are going to play in round 2 of the ANAF Autumn Championship, which is basically like the sort of opening sort of... It's the opening sort of tournament that you can get into with the Eternal League option for a single-player campaign. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and none of our players gained the level up last session, but we did end up getting some star player points. One of our big guys ended up getting MVP of the game, and then we ended up getting a bash in with him, and then a touchdown with one of our small guys, the Hope of Pahualaxa. So some of these pronunciations are a bit interesting with some of these names that I chose out, but I think we're going to learn to get used to them. And we have some maybe more familiar names like Kroc Hunter, Horned LizBlitz, the Mad Basher, etc., and Fly Swatter. So I'm hoping that after learning from our mistakes, we are going to be able to take advantage of the fact that we know what our capabilities are. And I think I'm going to go back to the roster here and see about getting, we have 70k of money. We can't get another team reroll yet. We need 120,000 for that. But we might be able to go ahead and get some inducements in the next match, because I think the team that we're going up against has more team value than we do. Maybe not enough team value for us to get anything significant here, but who knows. And so we're going up against a Necromantic team. And so Necromantic teams, they tend to be... Well, I think that they tend to be, again, somewhat bash-heavy type teams. I can take a quick look here, just to be sure. Yeah, they have these two big flesh golems here that are very good at bashing. And they also are very difficult to move around the battlefield. Since they have stand firm, a good strength, and thick skull, they're difficult to push around and take out of the game. And this particular player has leveled up and gotten block, so they must have gotten a very good roll on this guy to be able to get him block. I think it's a strength skill, though, or it's a general skill, I guess. So maybe they didn't have to roll very well. I know that for some players it's difficult to get block. I think that might be for some of the 5 strength enforcer types, kind of like our big guy. But yeah, so they have one guy that has block, and that's going to make things a bit more difficult on us to take care of him. None of our art players have blocks, so this is more of a, we don't want to choose both down as a way to knock one of their players down. We have to kind of avoid both down against these guys. And I think this is like the regeneration thing that undead get. The werewolves are very good players that we're going to have to put up with. Along with their regeneration, they have lots of movement, decent strength and armor, and claws make it easier for them to injure our guys. So that's going to be able to get through some of our armor. Now, if they go ahead and attack our smaller dudes, then it's not going to be much of a difference, because they have much lower armor value than our big guys. But I think we're just going to go with this. We're not going to get any inducements here. But we know what we're up against. We are going up against a versatile and a fairly strong team, and then they have one of their big guys with block, which is going to make things a bit more difficult on us to be able to get him to go down, because more so than trying to knock him down when we're attacking, I think it's more when he's attacking and he gets the option of choosing the both down to knock one of our guys down, which is going to make things kind of a bit more tricky to try and deal with them in the middle. Last game we were kind of able to get away with our big guys in the middle really throwing their weight around, because the Norse team basically had a bunch of guys with 3 strength and then a couple guys with 4 strength. So we were able to outmuscle the Norse team when it came to the front lines. Relentless dirt. Oh, pardon me for intruding, but that seems like a very boring name. Unless they like taking the dirt naps of their players after they get bashed in. Alright, and match number 2 is going to be underway, and they choose to go on offense. Very common for teams to go on offense first and try and force the issue. I do kind of hate how we have to set up first and then they can go ahead and set up their guys afterwards, but that's just the way the game goes. So they have zombies that they'll probably put up front. They might put up one zombie up front with these flesh golems. And then whites are somewhat fast guys, but not too fast. They're basically... seems like they're a lesser version of the werewolves, but you might turn the whites into passers and then the werewolves into receivers, maybe. But yeah, we're going to go with this defensive setup. I think it worked well for us in the past to go with this. And then usually when we're on offense, we want to have all of our guys, all of our big guys in the middle of the field. We'll just go right here in the middle. Until we get the kick skill, we kind of have to do that. Blitz. The defense start their drive a fraction of a second before the offense is ready, catching their opponents by surprise. So we get a free bonus turn, but players in an enemy tackle zone may not perform an action. Okay. Alright, so thankfully they're not up on these two guys, so we can blitz with one of them against one of their guys and try and get a bead to the ball, which is all the way back there, which is good for us. So I think to start things off, we definitely want to go ahead and try and open up a lane over here and just try and get around them in some way. Because the flesh golem over here has block, and I think we want to try and go left. Alright, let's go over this way. I'm just basically trying to see if I can set up a 3-dice block with our blitzer here. We can get him all the way around. We may not have to go with him though. We think we can go with this guy. We can get him over there to help provide a 4-dice blitz here. Or 3-dice blitz, yeah. I keep saying 4 dice sometimes, I think. But I mean 3 dice splits of a 4 strength player. Alright, I think I'm going to do this. Before I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's a pretty low risk maneuver. Alright, let's take him down. And we're going to go ahead and stay here. And then move up one more to get away from the sideline a little bit and get closer to the ball. And then these guys, yeah, those are the whites. You know, some zombies around here which aren't going to be much of a threat. And then honestly, you can just go all the way around them and get to the ball, I'm hoping. We want to go this way. We're just going to go ahead and loop around here. We have a lot of movement, and their zombies aren't too threatening. I'm not really worried about him getting pushed out of bounds. And then time to get you. Can we get you over there? Yep, we can. Alright, so we're going to get you over there. And if one of these guys eventually gets knocked down, that is fine. And then we're just going to get some guys on the sideline and go all the way around and force them to deal with us before they can do anything with the ball. Since we knocked down one of their whites, and since we have guys that are having tackle zones in this guy's way to make it harder for him to get to the ball, they might be forced to go back with a werewolf to go and get the ball because the zombies cannot move very far. So he can barely get to the ball, but he has a low agility to try and pick up the ball. I clicked and turned there. There we go. Not sure if it registered my first click there, but I did in fact click with my mouse. And if they want to waste a blitz on one of our skinks here, that's totally fine. Having already knocked down a white certainly helps us out, and these guys aren't going anywhere in the front. So I'm assuming that they're going to blitz with this werewolf. I think they're probably going to blitz this guy. Never mind, I guess they're not going to blitz with him. I would have assumed that they would have tried blitzing with him, if anybody. Alright, so they can't take him down because he has dodge. And so they're going to have a hard time knocking down some of my guys because they're only getting 1 dice blocks. Whereas I think we can get 2 dice blocks with our guys in there. In fact, I might even be able to get a 2 dice block on their white over here with these guys, if I so choose. Alright, so the question kind of becomes, what do we want to do with our big men that are up here? He's not going to be able to dodge out of there with his 1 agility. We might be able to... I don't know, maybe we could free up this guy and then get him to blitz over here, maybe? I think what we can do is we can go ahead and blitz this zombie right here. Have him dodge out since he has stunty and dodge and get him on the ball. And then it's going to be very difficult for them to help out their ball carrier in the back. Also, I might be able to dodge out with him, possibly. How difficult is this dodge? 3+. Alright, so I would get a free reroll on that dodge. But we're going to start making some plays here because we need to. We're going to go with a 2 dice block with him. Get the POW. So we can knock him down. Let's get him out of the way. We're going to follow to give as many... Oh, right, we KO'd them right on the first try. But I moved him so that way he could get a... I was hoping that he would be able to go ahead and get some kind of bonus here, but we'll just go ahead and do this block over here. Again, somewhat low risk. We can at least knock him down, get this guy free, and then we can send him over. Let's send him over here since the zombies are not likely to go anywhere. And then I think we definitely want to get rid of the white here. Alright, so we only push him, but that's okay, because we can still tie him up with this guy that we put over there. And we're going to go ahead and stay. And then that will free you up to get around. Oh, come on, I'm clicking on you. There. We're running out of time, so we have to do this quickly. And then we're going to block you right here. That is not very good. We don't want that result. Alright, a push is way better. And we are going to stay and free him up, so they have to blitz him to be able to move him around. And then we're going to go ahead and blitz over here. We need to use the blitz on somebody. Alright, so let's just move him. We're going to go ahead and stay so we can run around a little bit. And we're just honestly trying to threaten the ball as much as possible here. And then we want to try and get you over here. Very good. So we're going to try and dodge out of there. Alright, we got there. And that'll be the end of our turn. Kind of running low on time, but we're trying to think through our moves a bit as best we can. So we forced their white to go all the way around because we left this guy here, so they would be forced to blitz him if they wanted to go ahead and try and block him, basically. So by forcing their white to go all the way around, we kind of eliminated him from the play, basically, because we forced him to go around. And they're blitzing with a zombie with 2 go-for-its, which is not a good choice. And they just pushed my guy closer to their ball carrier, so I'm good with that. It makes dodging for them much more difficult. Alright, so they're blocking a little bit here, but this is really opening things up for us because now their ball carrier is not caged. He doesn't have a bunch of guys around him right now. He could move the zombie over there, but honestly, he is very vulnerable from the right side, and we have one guy with a very good blitz opportunity. So because we had people that were not in tackle zones, it made it a bit difficult on them because they can't blitz everybody. They can only blitz once, and their blitz didn't really work that turn. And so this guy, we're gonna probably blitz him. But one thing I think I can do before I do that is I think the blitz is more important. We're going to want to do that. But the question is, can we get someone around for an assist? Can you... Oh, come on. Alright, can you get over here? It would require a go for it, so I don't think we can do that. But what we can do is I think we can go ahead and just put them right over here. So that way if the ball carrier lets go of the ball, we have another person around the ball to catch it. And then I want to get some of my guys through here, but there's a couple zombies that are kind of complicating that matter. And then I guess we want to move you. We just want to go ahead and get someone else tying these guys up and get them close to the ball. And then we're going to go ahead and do our blitz now, so that way we don't risk losing the blitz. It will be a going for it, but we kind of have to take this chance. It's too good to pass up. And we succeed, and they don't have block on their player. So I think both down is what we're going to choose here. Alright, so that's a very good result for us. It's going to be very difficult for them to get to the ball. I mean, these guys down here, they're doing okay. They're tying up several guys. Their zombies are poor at picking up the ball. So we have two of our guys down here tying up four of their players, essentially. And my guy got stunned, but that's going to be okay because they're way out of the play, and my guy down here is still going to tie up several of their guys. It's basically just keeping them out of the play that I'm worried about. So I like the fact that we got the both down last time because we're keeping the ball near their end zone. And now the question is, what do we want to do next? I could just blitz with this guy and try and knock the ball out of his hands. Either way, I think we're going to need to do a blitz to be able to deal with him. Let's go ahead and get someone over here. We gotta try and flank him as much as we can. And then we could open up a lane over here by getting rid of this zombie, which might be worth it. But I have to decide whether I want to block there or if I want to blitz with this guy first. He could theoretically... Come on. Alright, so he could theoretically get over there to try and get the ball, but we're just going to go ahead and blitz first. This is another good opportunity to try and get him. Alright, we got him. And then we're going to go ahead and stay. We don't want him to get knocked out of bounds. And we got him injured. Wonderful. Start player points and bashing and throwing our weight around, and oh, we gouged his eye out. The sea of red is beginning! Alright, so that's the first guy. Yep, I know the timer's going out. You don't need to tell me. And I don't know why the camera switched to this weird perspective here. What's going on? Control mode. Where's the... I don't know why the camera switched to this weird overhead style. What's going on here? Maybe this will go ahead and get it to work the way that it should. What's going on? Okay, well, where did the ball go? It went all the way over there. Okay, so we definitely want to go ahead and take care of that zombie. I don't know what's going on with the camera. I didn't really click anything. Yep, so I don't know what's going on with the camera here. I mean, maybe you have to auto recenter it. I have no idea what's going on with the camera here. Give me one moment and I'll pause the game, or I'll pause the recording here, and I'll try and figure out what's going on with the camera here. Alright, so as tinkering around with the camera, I switched it around to Blood Bowl 1 style camera. I don't know if it's going to fix the issue or not, but I'm hoping that it's going to at least stay the way that it should, instead of going to that weird overhand or overhead view. I like the isometric view here much better. They're trying to pick up the ball. They were unsuccessful, and they're probably going to use a team reroll on that. Okay, so they are not successful picking up the ball. They used the team reroll, and they rolled double ones, so we're in a good position here, once again, if we can get the ball. So we can get a block on this zombie, which will open things up to pick up the ball with somebody. Let's stand up the big guy. Bonehead does not get in the way of that. And then we should probably blitz with him, since he's already on the ground and he's not really going to go very far anyway. But first, I think we can do that, or we can accomplish something by, I don't know, we have to find a way to pick the ball up is the problem here. We can also blitz with, we can get in position to provide an assist with him on one of these guys. So if we can get, oh, we can't get down there. Okay, well, that sucks. What about you? Can you get down there to provide an assist? You cannot. Okay, so what about getting you just down here then? Alright, so let's just get you over here, and you're also next to the ball. I think this is a good choice for us. We're going to get you... we want to get you close to the ball. Let's just go ahead and get you over there. And then we want to get players close to the ball before we do a whole lot. And so then I think we can go ahead, and what we can do to try and deal with this situation is get you right, or not you, we'll have you go over here so that way we get the player that's closer who's able to go and get to the ball. And then we're going to go ahead and do a 2-dice block over here, and then we're going to go ahead and blitz the white over there to try and get these players off the ball. Alright, excellent. We are powing the zombie. We don't want the zombie going on the ball. And then we're going to follow and get an assist on the white. Oh, sadly you do not have enough movement. Okay, well, that's probably fine. Let's just go ahead and... let's just go ahead... whoops, no. I want to stand you up and have you move over there. I thought I'd have enough movement to get over there and get him, but the zombie is in the way in this tile. So maybe I should have moved him on the ball. It would give me a free chance to pick up the ball. Alright, so I think what we're going to have to do is we're either going to have to blitz the white with a 1-dice block, or we're going to have to try and pick up the ball with the white next to us. We can also try dodging out with this guy and providing an assist, which is probably the best play to give us a 2-dice block. And we have a dodge reroll to get out of there. And then we are going to blitz over here with a 2-dice block and try and pick up the ball after. Alright, so pushing is acceptable here. I think we're just going to go ahead and follow. if we want to get in there, we're going to have to dodge out of the way anyway. And he has a built-in dodge reroll. Let's dodge. Alright, so he has the ball. We're going to leave him there, and then we're going to try and get a 1 dice block down here. Just a quick 1 dice block, and we're going to block him out of the way. And we're going to stay and keep this zombie tied up next to us while this guy is just sitting down there, and he's not going to be able to get over there in 1 turn. And I'm fine not getting a block on any of these guys. I just want to keep them tied up here. And so I have a nice little cage going with my ball handler here, so it's going to be difficult for them to get in there. And it's a shame that they already used their blitz. I don't know why they did that. Alright, so they knocked down... Oh, shoot! Well, I'm going to use my apothecary on that, especially since he has my star player points. Well, shit. Well, that's Blood Bowl. Sadly, he is dead. And I'm going to have to replace him after the match. And he had several star player points, which really sucks. And they're getting a zombie and all this other different stuff. Okay, so what's going on? There we go. We want to get out of the cutscene there. So that really sucks that my guy with star player points ended up getting killed there. Even after the apothecary I used, it ended up dying, so... Alright, so I'm going to try and switch the camera back to the free mode. Alright, so at least it's not doing the weird overhead style camera that it was before. I don't know why it's showing all the skills and stuff on top of the players, but I'll deal with that in a second. Alright, so we're going to have to make the best of a bad situation here. Nope, 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 nope. Jeez, jeez Louise, I'm trying to right-click out of this player. There we go. So 2 dice block might need to be good enough over there. I can also do a 2 dice block right here first. Just get him off of there and make it a lot easier to deal with the zombie. We're going to have him go this direction, and we are going to follow up on it. Alrighty then. And now, what to do? We're going to go ahead and set you up to assist on this block if we do that. And then we are going to want to get... Oh, we want to get an assist going over here. And then we're going to go ahead and get a 3 dice block on this zombie to get him off the ball carrier. Wonderful. Yeah, it just really sucks when you have things happen like players getting killed this early, especially the ones that have your limited amount of star player points. He didn't level up yet, but losing a player to death like that is really, really bad. Alright, so I can decide to... I think I'm just going to go ahead and probably just score here. But first we're going to try and get in a couple more blocks here before we do that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put you over here to help with the flesh golem. Yeah, it's a bit risky, but we just need to try and get some star player points going here. It's risky doing it without a reroll, that's for sure. Alright, let's move him over there. We're going to follow and tie up a zombie. And can we get a 2-dice block on him? Alright, let's see if we can get him down for the count. We cannot, but that's fine. We are still going to score. And we're just going to go ahead and do that, and we're not going to fool around with anything. The Sea of Red has taken another 1-0 lead. Let's see if we do better than last time at holding our lead. And there are the cheerleaders in our Sea of Red colors. Yeah, this is going to be hard for me to get over that one. I mean, if it's a badly hurt, that's fine. At least you eventually get your player back for the long run, but being dead this early and with the star player points, that is rough. Alrighty then. So we're going to need to put one of you over here. So you have star player points, you have star player points. So we're going to put you over there. And then I think that's going to have to do here. We'll save the setup as Defense 2, I guess. Or maybe defensive setup, yeah, we'll just do defensive setup 2 here. Alright, so we were able to, at the very least, score on their offensive turn here. Or their offensive opportunity. So, that's good news. So they get an extra team reroll this half from their cheering fans and their fan factor, I think, or cheerleaders or something, I forget which one. But at the end of the day, the kickoff event, it just gives them a free team reroll regardless of how they got it. So we just have to kind of stop them from scoring. We're one man down, which makes it hurt a little bit to have to deal with that. I don't mind if a zombie goes all the way over here. He's just kind of a sitting duck there. And they are able to pick up the ball after a reroll. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to get the icons off the players there. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I was able to finally get the things off of the players. I think my hotkey for dealing with these icons is Control F7, which ironically is the same key that I used to go ahead and pause the game. So maybe that's why that was happening there. So apparently my recording hotkeys are a little bit shaky, I guess. On the other hand, it doesn't show me which players are already taking a turn, I guess. Oh, now it does. Okay. So we're just going to stand him up. I don't think it's too important to make a block with him. I do want to go ahead and blitz with this guy. We can try and get... Oh, dang it. We have to go for it doing it that way. Alright, so we want you to just get around here, around the zombie, and make it hard for them to go this direction. And then... we could get a block on the zombie there. Actually, we could get a block on the werewolf over here. We might want to do that instead. We'll go and blitz the zombie first before we do any of that. But we'll move him over there, keep the werewolf tied up. And then we're going to go ahead and blitz over here. It's a pretty safe bet. And we just want to try and force the zombie into some decisions here. We want him to get out of the play as much as possible. Follow. And then we really want to force him to go this direction where we have some of our players already. And then now it might be time to try and get some blocks in the middle. Alright, let's pow the zombie. Hopefully we can take him out. We're going to stay so that way we can provide an assist on the flesh golem here later. Now we're going to try this dodge right here with Stunty and dodge. Alright. And then I think taking out the werewolf is more important, so we're going to go for him. Alright, we got him. And we're going to have him go this direction. And we are going to follow him. The zombie is freed up, but he has only 4 movement anyway, so that's not really an issue. 2 dice there, and 2 dice there. I think since we're trying to get the left side cleaned up, we're going to go for this guy. Alright, both down's okay. This is not the zombie or the flesh golem that has block, so that's actually a fine result. Not if my guy gets stunned. But normally that's a good result since he doesn't have block, the other flesh golem does. Alright, so they're going to try and go down this direction and try and cage things up, I suppose, but well, that's kind of where we wanted them to go anyway. Their zombies are not very fast to help them get a cage going. Because they have a bunch of players over here. They could try and go for it with the zombie to try and make a cage, but that's not really a good play without rerolls. They took a big risk there to get a cage going, so I'm okay with that. Alright, so we have dodge, so we're going to use that. The only reason I have it selectable if I want to use it or not is because in some situations you might be close to the sideline and you don't want to get pushed closer to the sideline to get surfed out of the game or out of the match for the time being. So that's the reason I have that. You can decide if you want to use it or not. We're just going to stand you up. Keep the golem there. We have this guy who can get in for a blitz. We can also dodge him out of there and get in front and kind of force them into a difficult situation. Alright, so I think we want to get him over here. Now, he has star player points, so it's a kind of a risky play. We don't really have any good blocks here either. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing to do. Is to get him over here, just to get on the ball carrier. He's the only one that we can reliably do for that. And he has 4 strength, so he can actually get a 2 dice blitz on him without worrying too much. So we'll try this. If we can get 2 people on the ball carrier, that will make it very difficult to dodge out. Alright, excellent. And we want to move him over here. Get him closer to the sideline. And we're going to follow him. Alright, so their zombie is stuck there. And then we can do some 1 dice blocks over here. I might want to just dodge out with this guy first. And maybe provide an assist. It's a dodge with a built-in reroll, so it's reliable enough to work that I'm willing to do it without a team reroll. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can't use team rerolls if they already have a built-in reroll with a skill. But I guess the idea is that it's reliable enough. It has a pretty good chance of working that I'm willing to go ahead and do that. We can get a 2-dice block on the zombie here, so let's do this. And I'm okay with pushing him out of the way and getting closer to the ball carrier. And then let's just go ahead and get you on the werewolf. And then we can go ahead and get a small little block on the werewolf. If it doesn't succeed, then no harm done, honestly. And then we don't want to clog it up there, and then we're going to follow. So we have them surrounded. We have several players in front. We don't have any backliners to prevent them from throwing the ball down there, but they don't have anyone that's agility based that they can really do that with. And then, what the heck, let's try this block. See if we can do something with that. Alright, so he has stand firm. And I think that's going to be the end of it. I don't think we can dodge out with him because we're surrounded by like 3 people, so. Alright, quick end turn. There we go. Alright, so next turn we're going to get our big guy back. We're just trying to stop them from scoring here, but next turn is going to be kind of irrelevant. We just have to stop them from scoring now. And so I don't think that they would have had a chance to score. But, yeah, we'll dodge. Next turn, who knows, maybe we might be able to make a play of some kind, I don't know. And we will use dodge. The Flash Golem can go after us, but if they want to go after the little guy, that's fine. Being able to dodge out of there kind of means that if he gets getting pushed this direction, we might be able to make a Hail Mary pass to try and get him a touchdown if we can get the ball. Alright, so they're only getting pushes. So that's good news. Okay, and he has dodge, so they are not able to knock him down, but they're getting him close to the end zone to where I can just dodge out of the way, get in the end zone for maybe a Hail Mary pass of some kind. So, we got another injury. No long-term effect, okay, well, we're gonna have to just live with it. We already have the lead. We have a slim chance of being able to score if we can make a Hail Mary pass here, because we have one guy in scoring position. The question is, how do we get the ball here? We have a blitz that we can reliably do with him. And then we're going to have to take care of the zombie after that. The question is, which position do we blitz from? Ideally, we could blitz from here into there. So that way, if the ball scatters, it's more likely to go to one of our players instead of a werewolf, for example. Then after that, we have to deal with this zombie so we can pick up the ball and do those things there. Yeah, I guess we're just going to leave these guys on the ground. They're not going to do anything this turn. We're not going to blitz there. Okay, so we can blitz here with 2 dice. So we're going to do this first, and if it works, then we might be able to score. Okay, so that will be good enough. I think we want to move him over here, because we have 2 players there that can potentially get the ball that way. Alright, so we're okay here, since we can get a 2 dice block on the zombie now, I think. And then this guy right here, we can have him pick up the ball and then try and throw it a bit. Alright, so let's pow him over there. We don't want to move the other guy around. And we're just going to go ahead and stay. Alright, well he KO'd the zombie. That's actually pretty good for us. Alright, now I don't think there's anything else that we want to do. We can get a 2 dice block on a zombie. But I want a chance at scoring here, so I'm going to try and get someone in scoring position here. Dodge with a reroll. Alright, so we got him out of there. And now, moment of truth, can we pick up the ball? Alright, we got it. And then we have a chance. We have a chance. Let's see if we can get the throw. You can do it. We got it! Yeah! Oh! I didn't think he could actually do it, but we did it. Sometimes life is good. Sometimes life is good. Oh, we got it. That reminds me of my favorite quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, just rolling out and making magic happen and just throwing it up and be like, oh, my receiver's down there somewhere. Screw it. Let's just chuck it. Yeah, it was a 6+ pass. It was only a short pass, so it wasn't that difficult of a throw. I thought it would be a bit easier to throw it than that, but with a successful pass, the passer gets 1 star player point, and then my guy who gets the touchdown gets 3 of them. So that was very good for us. We're probably going to win the game, and we got much needed star player points after our bashing dude basically just got killed there, and that was really unfortunate. Okay, so who got the star player points? I forget who it was. So Hope was the one that got it in the first game. And then Mazda of Itza got it here. And then Tenqulaticus, he scored a touchdown first, and then he passed for a touchdown just now. So we have a couple of Skink here that could level up pretty soon. Offensive setup here. I think we definitely want these guys off the ball. Him being, or off the line, I guess is what I meant to say. We definitely want him somewhere to where if they play up on him, then we have an opportunity. Let's go ahead and play him right there. And I think this is going to be okay. And we'll save this setup as setup 3. We are down a player, so it's not going to matter in the long run when we are having a full team. We have several people that are badly hurt, so we're just really short-handed, even though we have 1 reserve player coming into the match. But we're on offense with a 2-0 lead, so... Alright, so the gust of wind is going to scatter the ball one more direction. Right into my guy's hands, and he proceeds to bungle it. Can't win them all. Came very close, though. Yeah, we need to get... if one of these guys ends up getting the sure hand skill, then that will be very helpful. We can make him a passer. Because then we have someone that can at least reliably pick up the ball. +1 to agility would be great too at a level up, but those are pretty rare to get those ability boosts. Maybe only 1 or 2 players through like the first 10 matches, or the first 5 matches or whatever, you might get 1 or 2 players with a stat boost. We can definitely take down the zombie. We want to avoid the werewolf over here. And I think we'll just go ahead and tie him up for now with this guy. We don't really care much about whether or not he's going to get smacked around. He has no star player points. And then I think we can try and get him around to tie up a zombie, I think. That's a going for it. We don't want that. That is also a going for it. If we take out the flesh golem first, then we can get him over there, but I think we'll just be okay getting him over here. Making a tackle zone there is still fine. And then we want to go ahead and blitz this guy over here. We're going to blitz with our big man. Our skink would level up if we blitzed with him and we caused an injury, but I think we want to do it with this guy if possible. And we just want to go ahead and make a bit of a screen here. Alright, we got him. And we're going to have him go, I guess, this direction. And we are going to follow. And then we're going to have him kind of make a bit of a screen over here to where we have tackle zones everywhere. And they're only going to be able to blitz one of those guys. And then we're going to go with, we're going to deal with the zombie first here. It's a pretty good block. And then we're going to get him going that way. We're going to go ahead and, I guess we're going to go ahead and stay. Have a little bit of an extra tackle zone range around here. And then we could get to 2 dice block on a flesh golem, but I think for now we just really want to get this guy into position to receive a pass, I think. Yeah, if they're not going to have enough movement to get down here in one turn, if I need to, I'll go back down there with one of my players. But this is going to be pretty safe of a spot. They don't have any high movement players over there that can get over there. And again, alright, so we got that. And then we're going to attempt the pass over here. Or there's going to be players around the ball if we bungle the pass. Alright, so we completed the pass. That is wonderful. And now we're going to block with you. Last second. And he has blocks, so we don't want both down. Yeah, this is the guy that has block as a skill, so both down wouldn't have been very good on him. It would have knocked our guy down only. So, and now this white and this werewolf over here, they're kind of forced to be tied up with these other guys, so that's going to be very favorable. And the white over here is already knocked down, so he's not going anywhere. So you have 4-star player points, you're getting close to a level up. If you score a touchdown, you get a level up, so that would be very helpful. Mazda of Itza hopefully is going to be a blazing fast receiver for us, maybe. I don't know. Alright, so we get someone stunned, but that's okay. He's on the other side of the field from our ball carrier, so that's not too bad. And they're going with pushing for their blitz, so that's not very good for them. Because they aren't able to push into the ball carrier, so maybe they were hoping if they got a knockdown, then they could knock him down, then move into the ball carrier. So that blitz, I guess, made some sense to where if he knocks down our skink with a 1 dice block or 2 dice block or whatever. Yeah, it was a 2 dice block. If he blitzes and knocks him down, then he can move into the ball carrier after he's knocked him down. So I think that's the logic behind the blitz there. So that does actually make sense. It just didn't work for them, so. So I have a guy that's stunned, but no one else knocked down, so this is okay, actually. We can get a 2 dice block on him. We can also get someone down into scoring position with a pass. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and We're gonna go ahead and do this. He already has a 2 dice block regardless. And a zombie can be 1, 2, 3, 4. He can try and go for it with a zombie. We might be able to move someone in there to tie up the zombie, maybe. And then I think first we're going to move our ball carrier up here a little bit. Get him away from the sidelines slightly. Then we're going to go with the most important block first to get the white rid of. Alright, just a push, but that's okay. And then we're going to follow him and keep him off the ball carrier. And then, can this be a 3 dice? Or maybe this can be... Nope. Okay. So I think we could go with a 2 dice block and then try dodging one of our guys out to try and help out a little bit. I think we have to go for it. Alright, so we get him. He stands firm, but we do free up a player. Or 2 players, actually, to move around. So first... we can still blitz, too. How far can we get with them? We can only get that far. There's not a whole lot we can do over there, but we can move him. We can go ahead and get him over here to provide an assist on the zombie. And then we can have Hope of Pahualaxa, and we can have them blitz the zombie with a 2 dice block here. And then it can move afterward. Excellent, excellent. Now we want him out of the way. We aren't going to follow because we want to move after the blitz. And then doing this, we go ahead and get him over there, and we free up this guy to move. We could try and get an assist on the flesh golem there, but I don't know if we want to do that. I think getting just this guy over here to the ball carrier, making a screen, is going to be more important. And can we block him? Can we block him? Yes, we can. Alright. We've got a 2 dice block. I knew it was going to be a 2 dice block, but I was trying to get that in before the timer ran out. I realized I was running out of time, so I was trying to rush that in at the last second. But yeah, I'm just trying to create a screen here to where no matter what, the white is not going to be able to get through here without a bunch of dodging. Going through here would be lots of dodges. The only way you can get him through is the blitz with a 1 dice block with the white, I think, and then run him after the block if he knocks the guy down. So you have to blitz, stay there, and then move around this way to get to the ball carrier. I mean, I guess they can blitz over there too, but they're going a long way around. And they didn't make the go for it. Alright, so they did get a POW, but we have a lot of guys around the ball here, so... And it's in a spot to where the werewolf can't get to it. So we have him free to pick up the ball, and then we can throw it to him in the end zone for a score. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to stand him up to tie up the werewolf if things go poorly. It's good to stand up people just in case things go poorly, especially if these guys don't have any star player points to worry about losing if they get blocked around. He has some star player points, but it's not likely that he's going to get surfed out of the field of play there. So you can get a 2 dice block, you can only get a 2 dice block. But we can blitz to take care of the werewolf before we do any of this, to make sure that it's safer if we fail. Yeah, I want to blitz with you. Come on, let's go. So let's... Oh, shoot. I forgot. He has to dodge out of there. Well, I totally bungled all that up. I forgot the zombie was there. I think we gotta re-roll that. As tough as it is, I made a mistake. And I suffered greatly for it. Alright, so I made a big mistake there. I forgot the zombie was all there, and I didn't realize that. I thought I could blitz with him, and I can't. So, yeah, that is a big mistake. I bungled another possible touchdown. And I'm hating myself for it. What else is new? I mean, we still can score here, but it's going to be much more difficult now. Thankfully, at least they're not knocking my guys down, and they're just making things harder on the werewolf to do anything here. As long as this guy is free, we can get him up to help out a little bit, maybe, but... Yeah, that was a big mistake there. Again, we can score, but it's not likely that we're going to score. It gives them more of a chance to knock some of our guys around as well. Alright, so the werewolf going that direction is very good for us. Alright then. So I think what I can do is I can try and... I guess I can try and get him up here, but it would be difficult. Alright, so let's stand him up, I suppose. And then we just want to get an assist on the white, I suppose. And then I think what we might have to do is we might have to dodge him out and get the ball. Yeah, so I think we have to dodge him out, and then we have to blitz the zombie with a 2-dice block here. That's probably our best bet. And we might be able to make things a bit easier by going after the werewolf with a 2-dice block. Let's just do that. Yeah, using my reroll there was probably not the right choice, because now I don't have it for the rest of this half, when I was very unlikely to succeed. Okay, and so I could do a... That's just a 2-dice block. That's a 1-dice block, okay. So I think what I have to do here is I need to go ahead and... I mean, I can try and block the zombie with 1 dice, but that's very not good for us, so... I think what we have to do is we just have to try and pick up the ball with him, and then blitz the zombie here. And then maybe we can hand the ball off to this guy right here and run him in for a touchdown. There's a lot of things that need to happen here, but we get a built-in dodge reroll. Okay, and we get the zombie out of the way. Let's move him over here. And we're going to stay. Alright, so we stun the zombie. If we lose the ball, where do we want to lose it? I think we want to just get over here and toss it. And this guy can get first score. Oh, he can't do it during a blitz. I forgot about that. Okay, well, then let's just get him down the sideline here. I didn't know that we couldn't do that. I kind of forgot. It happens. So we're going to go ahead and get around here and kind of make another screen. Prevent the zombie from getting around there. Make it very difficult on the white to get in there as well. Let's go ahead and deal with the flesh golem here. he has Bonehead activate. And we can't get any good blocks going in there. Okay then, well, we're going to have to live with this. We can still score at least, and we have two guys with a screen going on here. We can potentially get next to the ball carrier with the white, or the werewolf maybe, if they are lucky. Yeah, the bonehead thing kind of hurts because now the flesh golem's over here contributing. He got away with 2 dodges and going for it, so we're kind of fortunate there. Alright, so he's only badly hurt. Okay. Well, that's a lot better than the alternative. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Anytime that an injury happens or something like that, it keeps on switching up the camera for some reason. We'll just stick with Blood Bowl 1 then for the camera angle. Maybe this will not bungle things up so much. Yeah, they're just getting really lucky here. They got really lucky that the ball bounced around over that direction. If it would have bounced over here, or even over here, I would be in a better position, probably. And with our bonehead over here, this guy's all by his lonesome trying to take care of those blocks. We're still going to probably win the match, but I really wanted to score there and get one of my guys leveled up that really needs it. And we do a better job scoring when we're on defense than on offense, apparently. So what do we do here? We have a couple blocks that we can potentially make. I don't know if he can do anything here. We can go ahead and stand him up and get him over here. Get him next to the ball carrier at least. Force them to make some dodges, or one dodge if he fails to do anything. Let's just go ahead and stand you up. Let's go ahead and take care of the important stuff first. We really need to get over there somehow. I don't know if we're going to be able to, however. I might have needed to try blitzing over there somehow, but I could still potentially blitz with one of these two guys and then move after the blitz is over. That's probably what I'm going to need to do here. So who do I want to hit? Let's go after this guy. We're going to have to get these blocks if we want to have a chance. That's good enough. Never mind. That's not good enough. Yeah, we really needed to move him. This is going to be difficult. Yeah, this is really tough. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop him. Let's go with some of the other blocks first then, since dodging out of there is very unlikely. So let's just try and knock some of their players out, and then we'll go for the more difficult thing. I'm going to stay. And then we want to take care of the whites and the werewolves. They are their most valuable players here. Let's just get you going over there. Over there. We are going to stay. And then you have a built-in dodge reroll to get out of here, so you can at least get someone down here on the ball, or close to the ball. Okay, no, you go over here, and then we want you to get over here. Alright, well, built-in dodge reroll, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we are in a very precarious spot, so I'm just trying to set up in case we luck out here and things go well for us. That's not really going to help at all, so we're just going to leave him there. We could try going for it with this guy to try and make a tackle zone over here. If he, yeah, we can't really do much over there though. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and try and take care of this. Nope. Oh, shoot. I did not declare the blitz before doing that. I should have done that. Let's just take... Oh, if we move him, then we make another tackle zone, so this might be preferable. Okay, so if he dodges out, I think they win. They have to go for it, I think. I think they have to go for it to be able to score a touchdown. Does it tell me what they can do here? I don't know if there's a hotkey for that. I have to look up later. He has 6 movements, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the go for it. So, alright, they won't be able to score this turn, at least. It does mean that I'm unlikely to score after their score for them. I make it like a 3-1 game, but get star player points going there. But I guess the good news is that we're going to win this game, but we really should have been able to make it a 3-0 game here. I made some uncharacteristic mistakes. I did not see someone on the map here. I didn't see one of their zombies that tripped one of my big dudes up that was trying to dodge out of there fruitlessly. So that was my mistake, a very bad one. Alright, so they're going to knock him down. But the good news is that they cannot score on this turn no matter what they do. And their ball carrier is open for a blitz if we can deal with that flesh golem right there. Basically, I'm just trying to avoid more nasty injuries at this point. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to try and set up my player in scoring position, this guy right here. I'm going to whip him around, and then I'm going to see if I can get this guy the ball somehow, if I can get a blitz on this guy. You don't have any star player points, so we'll just stand you up and get in the way of the werewolf. Okay, so that means going for it. We don't want that. What about right here? Alright, so we can get an assist on the flesh golem, or at least get down here. And then... it's only 2 dice. But I think we're going to have to go for it. We have to free this guy up to get a blitz on him. And then we need to get, maybe dodge this guy out and get the ball somehow. Let's see if we succeed on the block first. Alright, well that's good enough. Just need to knock him down. And then we can go through here and get an assist. Alright, well we can at least force him to dodge if we aren't able to do anything here, so... And now... I think now might be the point where I just need to go ahead and do the blitz. I think this is the only viable spot. We can't go... Can we go all the way around here? 1, 2... Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can do it from here, which is more favorable. So let's just do this. Being in front of him will be much better. Alright, so we don't want the ball going out of bounds. I think we want one of our guys to get the ball. So I don't want it randomly popping around somewhere like over here for the werewolf to get it. And we're going to follow. Alright, so over there is okay. Now we have that guy that we might want to get up in scoring position first, if possible. Built-in dodge reroll, so let's get this going with him. And now, might be better just to... Well, we can get a block, 2 dice block up there, but I think I'm just going to try and do this. And hope to God it works. Yeah, let's try and dodge. Come on. Alright, so we got rolled a double 1 on the dodge. That was not good. But we do have the guy in scoring position if we can manage to get the ball with him, perhaps. So we still have a chance here. They failed to dodge. Use their last reroll, I imagine. They're getting lucky with their dodging attempts here. And they're going for it. And they're going to push him out. Alright, so at least it looks like he was not seriously hurt there. Okay, so we don't really have anyone in scoring position, but we have 2 turns, and these guys have lots of movement to get down there. So we might still have a chance, maybe, perhaps. So what are we going to do here? I mean, you can... Yeah, the problem is the white over there is really going to cause trouble for us, so... Yep, let's just go ahead and get you maybe over here. Make it difficult for the white to dodge out. Keep him maybe an adjacent spot to the ball too. And then so he could still get in scoring position. He has a built-in dodge reroll, I guess. He can stand up, try and dodge out of there. I think we'll move... I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and blitz the zombie. There's no one else that we can really blitz reliably. And we still have one... We still have 2 people that are kind of on the ball. This way we avoid having to dodge out of the zombie's range. And then we're going to stay. Move him around. Get him next to the ball in case anything happens. And then we'll dodge him out later if we succeed at this in the first place. No need to take a chance. See if we can get the ball. Alright, so we do get the ball. We do have a white up there to worry about. So I have to kind of decide if I want to try and go up against the white or not. The werewolf is kind of out of the equation right now, so let's just get out of here. And then let's see if we can try and free up this guy to move around. Alright, so that's not going to help, but that's okay. And then it's time to go ahead and see if we can dodge him out. So we can try and make things more difficult on the white here to decide what to do. So we have 2 people that can score here. He can run it in. We also have that guy that he can throw it to. And I guess we're going to just try and throw an extra block here. That's not going to move him, so that's kind of a no big deal there. And then this guy's surrounded by zombies, so I don't think he can really do anything. So the zombies are kind of ganging up on this guy. Alright, so they'll get a tackle zone on him, but he's pretty good at dodging, so that's not going to be too much of a concern. They'll probably blitz with the white against him, but they have to go for it without a reroll. And we still have him that can pick up the ball and go and score. Alright, so he's not going to get knocked down. Let's dodge. So we can blitz him next turn. We can blitz him to get him off the ball carrier, and we can probably score. We'll just probably score with him if we can. Going for it is going to be more reliable than passing it, I think, because he doesn't have any passing skills to help him. So I'm kind of pushing my lizard dude over here around a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, so we do have a chance to get a 2-dice blitz on this guy. If we can free him up, then we could get a 2-dice blitz on him by moving him. So yeah, I think we're going to try and do that. He's going to have to dodge out for a pass if we wanted to, but either way, we're going to have to free this guy up, I think, if we want to make it happen. And you have to make one going for it. So there's also another option. I can try and get a blitz on him and then move the guy who blitzed up here, make a block with him. Or no, I can't do that because I can't move him after a block. Okay. Never mind. I have to blitz him to block that way to get him out of there. This makes it a bit tricky because we need to get another guy in there. So we're going to have to do this. Alright, so that doesn't help. What are we going to do now? I mean, we could go for broke with a pass, but that would be very difficult. We could also just try a 1-dice blitz instead. Let's just try the block here. It's a 2-dice block, so let's at least make sure that they aren't going to be able to score. Get him away from the ball. And then 1-dice blitz is probably the best option here. If he scores, he gets a level up, so maybe we just need to push him out of the way. So all we need is a push, and we can do this. Alright, push is good enough. And we'll keep someone on him in case our going for it goes very poorly. And moment of truth. We're going to go over here. Let's see if we can do it. We got it! Alright. So, crisis averted. Unfortunately, we still have to deal with the fact that one of our players died in this match, but I think that we will find a way to overcome it. Our bashing players are still fairly good players without skills, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Unfortunately, they were knocking out quite a few people in this match, and we were not. We didn't get too many injuries going for our team to knock them out. And I guess we're going to go ahead and put you over there. We're kind of short-handed, so you leveled up, so I don't want you taking any abuse here. I'll put you up here. And then you also have star player points, so I don't want you getting in any of the action. Yeah, that doesn't make any difference. So I'm just trying to protect the players that have my star player points to try and make sure that we don't end up losing them. Okay. Well, it doesn't really matter if we kick it out of bounds, so, but we're gonna do this anyway. Cheering fans, so we both get we both get an extra reroll, but it's pretty irrelevant at this point. So us getting a reroll doesn't really help us because we're not going to get a turn in here. They're just going to try and they're basically just going to try and bash us out of spite because we won the match. So and we won the match pretty convincingly, and so we'll be up to 1 win and 1 draw in this tournament. Okay. So yeah, what I would probably do in this situation if I were the losing team is I would have put 2 guys back there, have one pick it up, and then have the guy who picks it up throw it to someone. So that way before the match ends I can try and farm some star player points, and maybe I'll get lucky and get a completed pass, and then maybe I'll be able to knock someone out of the game with a bad injury. If I'm losing the game, that's what I would be doing. So they're going to try and get some blocks in here, but they're not going to injure anybody, so that's good news. So yeah, we didn't get any debilitating injuries, but we did end up losing a player due to dying. So that was very unfortunate that it ended up being someone with lots of star player points in there. So we're going to have to arrange our formations a bit differently on defense to try and best protect the people that have star player points so they don't end up suffering injuries. Okay, so it's not showing me anything there. Results. There we go. Okay, so one of our injured skinks, ended up getting our MVP award. But he doesn't have a debilitating injury, so that's not too bad. Well, okay, so it keeps loading with the server here after we go to a different screen. That's kind of annoying. So let's check out who got star player points. They got a lot of star player points from the fact that they were bashing people to hell in this game. They ended up getting 4, I believe, 4 or 5 people that they badly injured, and they got bashing points for, basically. So we got some people with star player points who leveled up Tenqulaticus, and he is going to have some very good stuff going on there, so we can level up at least 1 person, which is good. And who leveled up for them is kind of irrelevant. So they got a good amount of armor breaks, or not very many armor breaks on us, but when they did, they injured quite a few people. Our skinks just have low armor value, and because they're stunty, that makes armor breaks more deadly against them. Alright, so we got 1 death. We have to replace a player here, but we have some money from our winnings, I hope. So let's go to our team here. We have someone to level up. And I keep on having to wait for an answer from the server. This is just really annoying if I'm playing single player here. And I'm playing the GOG version of the game too. It's the good old games version that doesn't have built-in DRM for the single player and being able to install the game. So, like, would be nice if I didn't have to deal with that. Alright, so we're just going to first level up our player and see what we get. And so the way that leveling up works is that you roll 2 dice. If you roll like a 10 or higher on the dice, then you can end up getting some special kind of boost, such as an ability score bonus, or maybe some kind of mutation sometimes, I think, maybe. Like, I think for a mutation it might have to be double dice to get a mutation. But if you roll 10 or higher, then you can end up getting possibly an ability boost. So we'll see what we get here. We got double 5s. Okay. Okay, so we get several different options here after rolling doubles and rolling 10 or higher. So we can choose a skill. doubles skill, which allows us to choose from basically anything. A movement allowance point or an armor value point. Movement would be very good just to make him super fast. Because rolling doubles to allow us to choose from any of these is going to be a bit easier than rolling a 10 or higher, I think. I don't know, they're both pretty difficult to get. We're not going to go with armor value because they already have very low armor value and stunty. So no matter what happens, there's going to be a glass cannon here. So my thinking is either we want to get them passing skills or a passing skill, because normally we wouldn't be able to get that. So pass would be a very good skill to have. You get a built-in reroll for your passing. And then general abilities. Normally we only get access to agility abilities with these kinds of players, the skinks. And then the other players, I think, get access to only like general or strength abilities. So normally we would only be able to pick from these abilities on a level up, so we can make them a good catcher as well later on. And give them like a general skill instead. Block would be very good for someone like this, for if we wanted to turn them into a very mobile blitzer. But the problem is that they need people to assist them for them to be an effective blitzer, unless they get a strength level up. Since movement point bonuses are going to be very few and far in between, I think that just doing that and making him super mobile is probably the best thing. I would really love to have a passing skill on one of my players, but I mean, it's just hard to pass up being able to get an additional movement speed boost because it's very good for this player. So we're going to do that. He's going to be super fast. He can almost go like half the field if he goes for it. So it's going to be very easy for him to score if we can clear the way for him. So Tenqulaticus, you are going to be, hopefully, our primary receiver. Yep. Because we can get the catch skill with him as an agility-based skill. So we can get catch with him, and he's going to be able to move very fast. And so his next level up, we're probably going to get catch, and then throw the ball to him. If someone else can get a passing skill, that would also be very good. Usually it's a bit more difficult to pass the ball than it is to try and catch the ball. At least with 3 agilities, so... Alright, so we lost a player, but we ended up getting a movement speed boost on one of our very mobile guys, and now we're going to have to replace the player. We could go without him and get another team reroll instead, because we already have enough players for a full team right now. What? No, I didn't. I just wanted to go ahead and move the players around here. Keep on waiting for an answer from the server. This is annoying. I just want to move my players around here. It shouldn't be so hard. I have to wait for an answer from the server while doing all this. Like, come on, what's up with that? So I think for the next game we're just going to go with 11 players because replacing the player is a bit expensive and we want to make the best of the players we have, and another team reroll would be very helpful to have. Having 2 per half will be immensely useful if we want to bash a lot of people in. It allows us to make risky plays a bit more often, so you know, to cost 80,000 to replace one of these guys, which is quite a hefty chunk of change. So we'll try going without them for now. We still have 4 very good bashing players, so I'm okay with that. For now, we definitely want to, after the next game, we want to get maybe a skink, an extra skink, just to be an extra player. So that way when people inevitably get hurt, then we'll be able to have someone that can go in as a substitute. Alright, so we had a good day today. We ended up getting a lot of star player points in this match compared to the previous match. And we ended up losing a player. They got an MVP award from the first match, but you know, that's just the way the Blood Bowl goes. I'd rather win the games and have a very good team record and have people that are really becoming studs in their own right. So we have this guy who's going to, in all likelihood, be our primary wide receiver. And then these guys over here, we're going to eventually, I hope, turn one of them into a throwing player. Maybe we can get one of them sure hands and then a passing skill when we can get the opportunity. So that will all be good. The bashers haven't really got too many injuries in just yet, but hopefully that will change going forward. And so I thank everyone for joining me today for this lovely match of the Sea of Red, and us finally getting our first win and our second try. And we did make some mistakes in the match. I certainly could have made it a 4-0 game, possibly. But we are learning. I'm learning not to make silly mistakes, hopefully, and if I make a fool out of myself, that's just the way it goes with Let's Playing. You know, you have to roll with the punches and you have to improvise, and that's kind of what you have to do when you're playing a game like this that can be kind of unpredictable. And so, hope you join us next time, where we're going to go ahead and play against a Wood Elf team, which is surely going to frustrate us, and they're going to try and dodge around us with impunity. But we're going to deal with that the best we can next time on the next episode of Blood Bowl with the Sea of Red Lizardman team. I hope you all join me next time, and I appreciate all of you joining in for this episode. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.